Hi, words of Odin responding to Aherfiak Duv. And many of you know I straddle the line between the atheist, freethinker, agnostic, etc. and so forth community here and the pagan community. And, I'm responding to, what is it called? Pagan Warrior, where has he gone? I agree. I think there is a time for an open hand, but there's also the time for a fist. Um, we certainly need people who say, well, no, Wicca is not all about having orgies and eating babies. Let me explain what I believe. There is a time to try to get along, to be hospitable to people that are outside your immediate group, but there's also a time to say, fuck the fucking fuckers, and basically go at it, defend yourself. There's also time to walk away. There's also time to laugh at the fools. I rather enjoy the role of the Joker. But, I mean, yeah. So, I completely agree. Um, in the past year, um, I have done a lot of growing. Even in the past week, I've done a lot of growing. And one of the things that I've done is become much more selfish. And I understand when people want understanding from other people because human beings are social animals and we are empathetic animals. But if somebody isn't going to understand you, it doesn't do any good to complain, and it doesn't do any good to sit there and continue to care. There are always going to be people that refuse to understand. There's always going to be people who try to roll over you, and you can't let them. And there are any number of options that exist in those cases. And complaining, whining, lying down and taking it and being a martyr, none of these really have done any good. So when something isn't working, when you've tried something repeatedly and it's not working and you want a different result, stop doing what you're doing and do something different. Now, I'm not um, a leader in the pagan community, nor a leader in the atheist community, or a leader in the Satanist community, or anything like that. And that's fine. I really don't aspire to be a leader. So I don't get those emails saying nobody understands me. However, I've been around the internet a long damn time. I've been to a few metaphysical bookstores. And yeah, there is a very, well, there's a ridiculous amount of pagans that make a habit of sitting around and complaining about how sucky the Bible Belt is. Sure, it's sucky, but what are you going to do? Are you going to change it? You don't have to, by the way. Or are you just going to sit and complain about it? Or maybe you won't complain about it, but you're not going to try and change anything. Or maybe you are going to adapt in weird sort of ways, and well, maybe you're going to put on one face for the public, and then in your private life you're going to wear your pagan symbols and have your ritual. Or maybe what you're going to do is I've seen some people take the option of cover your house in 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 all sorts of pagan symbols, dress like a stereotypical pagan, and scare away people that you don't even want to deal with anyway. You know, yell at the Jehovah's Witnesses, whatever, and then, you know, you're not going to have to deal with people. I've seen any number of approaches to this, but sitting around and complaining doesn't help. I agree. What, where's the, where's the metal? Basically, I'm right there with you. And so, okay, well, thanks for making the video. You make good points. And yeah, nature, nature loves and nurtures, but it also kills. It defends itself. It hunts. I mean, you know, you have warm summers, cold winters. Yeah. I agree. Warrior's good. Alright. Well, thanks very much for making a good video. Too many whiny pagans. Right on. Hell, there's a lot of whiny atheists out there. We know the Christians are stupid. And I'm not talking about ponage or calling people to task. I'm talking about nobody understands me. Yeah. Okay, well, this is Woods of Odin, and I do have a cool sign off.